Let me ask you something. Is being a gentleman still attractive, or has it become a punchline? When you open TikTok or scroll Instagram Reels, what do you see? A guy holding the door gets called a simp. A man speaking respectfully is labeled boring. And if you pay on the first date, suddenly you're trying too hard. So it begs the question, in a world obsessed with speed, swipes, and savage comebacks, is chivalry dead, or has it just gone out of style? Because let's face it, dating in the digital age is a paradox. We have more ways to connect than ever before, yet people feel more disconnected than ever. We crave authenticity, but reward surface-level attention. We want respect, but glorify chaos. And the modern gentleman? He's stuck somewhere in the middle, told to be confident, but not controlling, strong, but sensitive, available, but not too eager, protective, but never possessive. The truth is, the rules have changed, but the values that define a true gentleman haven't. In this video, we're diving into the cultural shift that's made gentlemanly behavior seem outdated to some, and why, if you understand how to play it right, those very same principles might be your greatest advantage in today's dating world. Stick around, because what we're about to unpack might just shift how you think about dating, attraction, and what it really means to be a high-value man. This is the Gentleman's Guide to Dating, and we're asking the hard questions, so you can show up with clarity, confidence, and character. To understand where the gentleman stands today, we need to understand where he came from. Once upon a time, being a gentleman was the standard. Holding doors, pulling out chairs, speaking with respect, these weren't moves. They were expectations. In eras past, courtship was intentional. Letters were handwritten, introductions were formal, and character was revealed slowly, through action, not algorithm. A gentleman's word meant something. His presence commanded respect, not through dominance, but through dignity. But fast forward to today, and the dating world is nearly unrecognizable. Apps replaced introductions. Hey replaced effort. And ghosting became more common than goodnight kisses. Now, being thoughtful is labeled doing too much. Being respectful is mistaken for being weak. And a man who carries himself with class often finds himself sidelined by flashier, louder personalities. So where does that leave the modern gentleman? Is he outdated, a relic of a romantic era that no longer exists? Or is he more needed than ever? Because in a dating culture that often prizes speed over substance, maybe the man who slows down, listens, and acts with intention isn't behind the times. Maybe he's ahead of them. In this video, we're going to explore how dating norms have evolved, what women really think about gentlemanly behavior today, and why being a man of principle might just be your biggest competitive edge in this chaotic digital age. So if you believe respect never goes out of style, or you're just tired of modern dating's mixed signals, then you're in the right place. Go ahead and like this video, hit subscribe, and let's rediscover the power of being a real gentleman, even in a digital world. Let's talk about the tension that every modern gentleman feels but few can articulate. You hold the door open, and she looks surprised, maybe even suspicious. You send a thoughtful message after a first date, and get left unread. You offer to pay the bill, not because you're trying to buy affection, but because you were raised that way, and suddenly you're accused of being patronizing. Sound familiar? It's because the dating culture of today sends mixed signals, loud ones. On one hand, women still say they want respect, honesty, and maturity. On the other, viral trends promote situationships, delulu dating, and green flag icks, terms that mock the very behaviors rooted in consideration and stability. According to a 2023 Pew Research study, over 60% of single adults under 35 report feeling burned out by modern dating, yet the majority still say they're looking for meaningful connection. Here's the contradiction. Many people are tired of the games, but they don't trust what's real when it shows up. Take Marcus, for example, corporate professional, confident, polite. He plans creative dates, dresses well, texts with intention, and after 3 promising first dates in a row, each woman disappears. The feedback? You seem too put together. You're almost too nice. Or the classic, I'm just not used to someone treating me like this. What's happening here? Marcus isn't the problem. He's just walking into a dating culture where chaos is normalized and consistency feels suspicious. The very traits that once made a man desirable, honor, stability, patience, are now viewed through the lens of skepticism. Because in a world full of filters and facades, the gentleman feels unreal. That's the tension. The more grounded and authentic you are, the more people conditioned by fast flings and shallow signals don't know how to respond. And that raises the real question. If the culture doesn't trust the gentleman anymore, should he change or double down? That's what we'll answer next. So, is the gentleman outdated? Let's pause and look closer, not just through one lens, but through both. Ask a group of modern women if chivalry is dead, and the answers vary wildly. Some will say, we don't need a man to open a door, we're capable. Others will quietly admit, it's rare, but when a man treats me with real respect, it stands out. The key difference? Intent. A 2024 study from Hinge revealed that 83% of women say they appreciate gentlemanly gestures, but only when they feel genuine, not performative. It's not about flowers or pulling out chairs for show. It's about a mindset, confidence without arrogance, presence without pressure. And when you talk to men, you hear another side. I don't know if I'm supposed to lead or wait for a signal. Being too respectful feels like it gets me friend-zoned. There's no winning sometimes. But here's the pivotal truth. Being a gentleman isn't outdated, it's just misunderstood. It's not about acting like a man from the 1950s. It's about being a man of substance in a world addicted to spectacle. It's not about rigid gender roles. It's about emotional intelligence, calm confidence, and doing what's right, even if it's not trending. That's where today's gentleman thrives. He doesn't apologize for having standards. He knows that consistency isn't boring, it's powerful. He makes his values clear, online and offline, and lets his actions speak louder than his posts. Because in a dating culture that often rewards flash over depth, he stands out by not playing the game at all. That's the revelation. The gentleman isn't outdated. He's just been waiting for the right stage to reemerge. And that stage is now. Because as more people grow tired of surface-level dating, the ones who move with grace, clarity, and quiet strength, they're not just noticed, they're remembered. Now that the dust has settled, let's look at the aftermath. Because here's what's happening right now, quietly, but undeniably. The dating culture is shifting. People are beginning to crave what's real again. After years of ghosting, breadcrumbing, and performative dating personas, men and women alike are starting to ask deeper questions. Who is this person, really? Can I trust them? Do they show up with intention or just out of convenience? And that's where the modern gentleman steps forward, not with flash, but with foundation. Take Elijah, for instance. He's not flashy, doesn't play games. But after he began embracing consistency, emotional awareness, and clear communication, something shifted. Suddenly, the women he met weren't confused about his intentions. They respected him, even if the connection didn't always lead to romance. Why? Because his behavior was rooted in integrity, not strategy. This isn't about trying harder, it's about showing up better. And the result? Men who embrace this mindset report more meaningful conversations, more aligned connections, and fewer dead ends. They're not wasting energy trying to decode modern dating trends. They're attracting women who actually want depth, stability, and shared values. And it doesn't stop there. These men build better relationships too. Because the same qualities that make you stand out while dating, emotional maturity, presence, leadership, and respect, are the same ones that sustain love long-term. So yes, The digital age has changed the dating landscape, but it's also created an opening for men who are ready to lead with quiet strength, to date with both confidence and kindness, to be bold yet balanced, clear but never controlling. And the truth is, as more people wake up to what really matters in a partner, the man who lives with intention and character, he's not outdated. He's the future. So, what have we really uncovered here? We've seen how the digital age has transformed dating, from intentional courtship to rapid-fire swiping. We've explored the real tension men face when traditional gentlemanly behavior collides with modern expectations. And we've asked the question, is the gentleman outdated? The answer? He's evolving. Today's gentleman isn't stuck in the past. He doesn't mimic the behaviors of a bygone era. He adapts them. He understands that opening a door means nothing if he can't also open a conversation with honesty. That paying for dinner is easy, but showing up with emotional maturity is rare. That respect isn't about playing a role, it's about who you are when no one's watching. What we've discovered is this: there is still immense value in being a man of principle. In a world full of digital noise, the man who moves with clarity, confidence, and calm leadership will always stand out. Not because he's flashy, but because he's real. And the future of dating? It belongs to the ones who can merge old-school values with modern awareness, to the men who embrace presence over performance, to the gentlemen who adapt, not by lowering their standards, but by deepening their understanding. So if you've ever felt like doing the right thing gets you overlooked, think again. Because more and more the world is waking up to what actually matters. And if you're ready to be that kind of man, we've got you. This is The Gentleman's Guide to Dating, where confidence meets character in every interaction. If this video spoke to you, don't leave without tapping like, hitting subscribe, and turning on notifications so you never miss a lesson in leveling up. And drop a comment below. Do you think the gentleman is outdated or just misunderstood? Remember, being a gentleman isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up with purpose.